Mm. Ladies, gentlemen, everybody else, it is Thursday night. We are doing the most fun thing you can do on Thursday nights. And tonight we are having the big finale of the Battle of the Fictional Bands that was only supposed to last a week. And we are now in week 4.
We can blame her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. One internet to Gary's left. We all kept thinking of new bands to add to the fictional band. So, by way of introducing yourselves, let's go around the corner. Is there anybody that we haven't mentioned in the past 3 weeks, Chris, that you feel should have been, has been overlooked, or should have been added?
Yeah, I would say Chris.
Clearly, we're going to do this again. Not next week, but
I'm going to go with Chris and the Replicants from Bubblegum Crisis.
Ooh, now that's a good one. Like, that's like a sincerely good one. Like, yes.
All right. So, coming to us from a moving vehicle, you guys, this is Commitment. Keith, DeCandido, and Wrenn.
I can't promise how good my connection is, or if you guys can even hear me right now.
We can hear you.
Whoop.
But
He jinxed it.
we're
He jinxed
circling
himself.
down the New Jersey Turnpike at 65 miles an hour.
The city.
You can see the city,
Awesome.
and we're trying to get home.
Great. I love
Yeah.
this. Okay, so Shaun.
Yes. I don't know. Chris kind of knocked my socks off with the Chris. Like, I was like, oh man, yeah, Bubblegum Crisis. That's a good one. Honestly, you know what? I'm just going to throw out a softball. I'm going to say Jin on his little pan flute from Dark Crystal. Like, that man could wail, okay? But I mean, seriously, we've had so many bands. I can't think of anything.
That is true.
Like
The
Jin with the
damn
pod
fear
people.
of the Henson Workshop.
Right? But Jin and the pod people. That's my suggestion.
Yeah, the puppetry track is coming for us hard.
Yeah, that
Gonna be
makes
a war at Dragon Con.
Oh man. Oh, it's gonna happen. Leigh.
Whoop.
Leigh, you're on mute or something.
You might be muted. I can read her lips. She's like, what happened?
She was clearly trying to mention Godzilla, and there was a band.
I was not mentioning Godzilla. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, we got you.
Lee, don't sign the contract with Ursula immediately before the Classics track panel.
Right.
Mucous Membrane, John Constantine's band from Hellblazer,
Man.
has not been mentioned.
Okay.
Gary.
I am going to go with Pickle's old band, Snakes and Barrels.
So good.
Wait, didn't Mr. Twinkletits have a band too from Metalocalypse?
Probably.
I can't remember what the name was, but I know he did. He killed them, I think.
Sure.
Well, let's face it. If you weren't in DethKlok, you were a dead man walking.
True.
So, Toni Ann.
I'm gonna go with Lords of the Underworld from South Park.
Oh man.
Oh jeez.
No.
Because
Okay.
Timmy!
Yeah.
And Kevin.
Well, I had mentioned Hep Alien from Gilmore Girls last time we convened, and they haven't come up yet. But I'm also going to bring up the Swanky Modes from the movie Tapeheads.
Yes.
From the late 80s.
Believe it or not, the Swanky Modes were in the Kiss Cup. We just never got to them. So, clearly what we're going to do, I think when we do live action Dragon Con, we're going to do this again then. If not, earlier.
But it has to be the championship round. We're gonna have to lead up to it. Like we're gonna have to do like the 3 weeks before and get everybody really hyped up and say, but if you want to see who really wins, come to
gotta
Dragon Con.
see it live. It's like pay-per-view. You have to pay to go to Dragon Con to see it live.
There you go.
Hi, Madison. Hi.
Hey, Madison.
We love you.
Totally awesome. Well, what has happened to you guys in a nutshell is that for the past 3 weeks we have gotten randomly drawn 16 fictional bands out of the Kiss Cup and gotten winners each week based on your votes, based on our audience here in the chat room. And tonight we're going to get the final 16 from the people who made it to the final 4 but did not win the previous 3 weeks, and also more people from the Kiss Cup who were picked but didn't get past the first round. Anywho, tonight's the second chance tournament for all those people for that 4th spot to take on the 3 winners, who are Gary,
the Soggy Bottom Boys,
right?
Buckaroo Banzai and the Hong Kong Cavaliers,
correct,
and DethKlok.
DethKlok.
Yay.
And if I could have a request before we get started real quick.
Yes.
Keith, we're getting a lot of feedback from your car, just the wind. Yeah, there you go, buddy. See, he was right there. Thank you, bud. So, please, go ahead. Just kind of saved my ears with the headset in, so.
But
No, this is a music metal tournament. Your earring is gone, man.
That's true. Well,
right.
after 3 weeks, right? I mean, yeah, at this point, everything's just that tinny sound.
Kitty!
So.
If it's, but guys, this been
is Jazz, who is very appropriately named for today's tournament.
nice.
Aww.
Jazz.
Hi, Jazz.
This
He's actually named after a transformer, but that's okay.
Ah,
not after a style of American music. I appreciate that. But guys, let's do this. We are going to dive right in, so to speak. Right now, out of the 36, I think, names of the runners-up, we are now going to pull out 7 names to go into the final 16. And those people will get a chance to continue on in the tournament, in our second chance tournament. And the very first name I pull out, Electric Mayhem.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
look
Here
at
we
me.
go
Look at
again.
me.
Yes.
Redemption for Dr. Teeth.
Well, not yet. He's got to
We
get
feel
to
your
the
joy,
end,
Keith.
so
This could be the Cinderella comeback story of the year.
I think so.
Oh, Keith
the
is in
crazy
full
thing
Kermit
is-
mode.
yeah, I'm so glad Keith isn't driving right now.
Electric Mayhem was in this cup for 2.5 weeks. It didn't
And
get
then-
drawn until the 3rd week, and then at the
And-
very end, it was like down to the final.
Somebody
2 draws.
jinxed them.
Right? Yes.
Why am I always the one to get blamed? I am not the bad guy here. No.
Oh, I didn't say you're the bad guy. You're just the
No,
bad
not the. You just like to make things interesting. You're the equivalent of Jerry Springer. Here's a knife. Do something with the knife. That's all it
Do
is. That's,
something with the knife.
right. That's all it is. You just
All
want to
right.
see the chaos.
And then she brings it all together with her final thoughts. So it's
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I can
Entrant
say-
number 2.
Yes. We're still doing the hot dog division, correct?
Well, this is just 7 things.
Yeah,
We're-
to put them
we're
in,
gonna-
and then
we're
we
going
can
to
divide them.
combine them
Gotcha,
with
okay.
the other 9.
Right.
Gotcha.
And the second entrant out of the runners-up, the non-winners, who gets a second chance tonight, is
Yeah, this is just qualifying. So yeah.
Jim and the Holograms.
Hey.
All right. The cup is being generous tonight.
Why would you say that?
The cup
What
gives
is wrong with you?
Talk about jinxing us.
Good job.
One
I
of
want
all
this-
of these names.
I want all of the fights tonight to be brutal.
Oh my God,
That's
we're gonna
like
be
when
here
people
forever.
use the S word in the South.
Mm-hmm.
Snow.
Sweet
Okay.
pea?
The
Snow.
gods of thunder
gotcha.
and rock and roll are giving us what we want tonight.
Yes, that is why we are here.
Saxophone guy and his band from Lost Boys.
Dang
Oh
it.
God, yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. It just literally came to me because she was going S word. I'm like, S word. And I'm like, saxophone man? I don't know why my brain went to that.
Get this.
I like that journey.
A friend of ours who has been on quarantine panels opened for them 2 years ago.
Well, that's awesome.
But
Said the guy is still as muscly and sweat and oily today as he was then.
I've heard that.
Thank
yes.
goodness. So
He's got to be pushing what his high. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm
the
getting
third
self-talk.
drawer out of the Kiss Cup is Jeffster.
Yeah.
Ooh, all right.
Oh my god.
They're toast, but I love that they got a second shot at it.
They're not gonna they're gonna get knocked out.
I keep going back to Jim and the Holograms. Remember, the Misfits are already in the final 9.
Right.
Jim and the Holograms blew it. The Misfits, who, as Chris pointed out last week, are attempted murderers. They made it
multiple times.
You gotta separate the art from the artist.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm very excited about this one.
Okay.
The Riverbottom Nightmare Band.
Here we go.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah,
you're trying to piss off the
track
puppetry
on the
track
revenge.
all over again.
I want to go to this festival so badly.
Yeah.
Right.
The Riverbottom Nightmare Band.
We should do a T-shirt of all the bands that qualify.
Oh, we should totally
That'd be
do it.
amazing.
Okay,
Yes.
we're doing it. We're doing it.
All right, so we'll talk
3
about
more
that later.
names. 3 more names. It's stuck to my fingers.
I love
Rex
that Madison
Manning.
is here for blood.
Yes.
Oh, Rex Manning.
Rex
Ain't
Manning.
no more, Mona more.
Yes, I want Rex Manning versus Jeffster because Rex Manning's going to win because it's April.
Yeah.
7 days to Rex Manning Day, people.
1, 2, 3,
Oh,
4,
boy.
5. 2 more slots available.
Yeah, exactly, Madison. A tour T-shirt. Yes, exactly.
Absolutely need it.
Yeah.
That'd
the
be so
classics
fun.
Must have.
Classic Trackapalooza or something.
We're totally doing it. We're doing it.
Yes, we're going to do that.
Joe, you
Tell me
look
where we have
befuddled.
2, 1.
Max Rebo.
Oh, we really are going through a lot of Muppets. The
Max
Muppets are coming
Rebo.
out in force, man.
Yeah. Max Rebo with his Red Ball Jet organ.
Having just recently rewatched Return of the Jedi, it's still horrible.
Yeah, I was expecting that to go a different way. Actually, I got to be honest. I was like,
Oh, I meant Max Rebo, not the movie.
no, I was with
1,
you,
2,
but I was
3,
expecting that to go
4, 5.
another direction. You're like, you know what? The Yuzum's really grown on me. I'm kind of down with Nice Noodles and the Yuzum now. No.
All right, last second chance band coming out of the cup.
Mhm.
The Beets.
Oh,
The
man.
Beets!
The Beets are back.
Oh man, the Killer Tofus are going to get killed again.
Yeah.
They're like the sacrificial beets to the slaughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
Well,
not
you
how
know-
that works.
Someone's got to get beaten.
especially in that
Oh.
first round. Yes.
Here are some of the names that did not get picked.
Oh.
Some
In memoriam.
names that did not
Just
get
to
picked.
rub salt in the
Like
wound.
I will
Right.
remember
Someone,
you.
yeah. I was gonna say someone play some Sarah McLachlan.
Yes, we need that video montage.
Remember you.
Yes, everybody, please sing.
Remember me. Don't let
Oh, the sun go on. I'm just gonna let it go because somehow Sarah
is the show
McLachlan
now.
is the patron saint of every Sci-Fighters thing that we ever do.
But we need a metal version of that song, right? Like, you need like a
Somebody,
metal version
surely.
of McLaughlin.
We'll get Ryan
Metalocalypse
Hitler on
cover.
the phone.
Madison, we gotta get on it.
Right.
Get on it. Here are some of the bands.
We are no
Some-
longer the classic track. We are now the music track.
Yeah, forget it.
No
This is all
longer
we're
with
doing.
us.
This is all we're doing from here on out. All right, here's some of the bands that did not make it into the second chance tournament. Ellen Aim and the Attackers,
Mm.
Josie and the Pussycats,
Oh,
Mm.
man. I'd have loved them in the Rex Manning showdown. That would have been amazing.
Stillwater,
Yeah,
Mm.
who went pretty far.
they did.
and,
Stillwater
yeah,
did go
they
pretty
did.
far, yeah.
Billy and the Boingers.
Oh,
Ah.
love them.
Yep. You stink, but I love you. Jesse and the Rippers.
Right, yes.
Mhm.
Eddie
They're
and the
certain
Cruisers,
Mhm.
who Kevin is fake related to.
Fake related to, and appeared in a music video. By
Nice.
Sweet. And the big one, really, that did not get picked, just out of the Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Mm.
They had
No
their
second
shot.
chance
Yeah.
for Alvin.
Did a good run.
Clearly, it's Simon's fault.
They got their record deal. They don't.
They
They
got their
don't.
record
They're fine.
Yeah. They're too big for a thing like
They're
that.
too big. Okay, so now these 7 will go into the cup with the final 3 from the previous 3 weeks. And those are as follows: Spinal Tap, the Misfits,
Mhm.
Hedwig and the Angry Inch,
Mhm.
the Oneders from That Thing You Do,
Yeah.
the Blues Brothers, Blank Sheet of Paper,
Oh, I love those guys.
yeah,
Oh, this
they're
is my
the best.
favorite.
Those are
the
great. Like,
Archies,
it's conceptual, but I think it works.
yeah.
Mouse Rat, 5,000 Candles in the Wind,
Mhm.
Larry Underwood from The Stand, which cracked
He
me
went
up.
really far. Considering
did.
He really did go really far.
Him and Mouse Rat made it so much further than I expected.
Yeah.
And lastly, of the 9 non-winners, but not leastly, Wyld Stallyns.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
as Madison said, this is going to be nuts.
So here we go. And now those 9 will be joined by the 7 that we just picked.
Yep.
To get our randomly selected 16.
And to
Sweet
clarify,
16.
we're gonna reduce this down to 1, and then that one survivor is going to go face off against the last 3 weeks.
Yes.
West.
Correct.
Mhm.
Cool.
Correct.
So we are.
Here we go.
Here
We are
go.
in for
Joe
a
is
night.
vigorously shaking the Kiss Cup of Destiny,
The vigorous shaking, which
so
I'm
that
sure
we will
that-
have Gene Simmons barfing all over the cup.
I'm sure that Kiss is very familiar with generous shaking. I don't know what that means. Why? Why? Okay.
It's like the
Moving
shake
on.
weight from the 2000s,
Yes, the-
90s.
Yeah,
Here we
the
go.
South Park shake weight.
Time has no meaning.
Time has no meaning. So here we go. And a 16 match tournament, and we have 2 conferences. The first conference, of course, is the Hot Dog Conference, which is because of Archie's dog, who
Mhm.
cannot speak but plays the tambourine. First, we'll get the competitors in the Hot Dog Conference.
Okay.
Competitor number 1, Spinal Tap.
All right.
Their opponent. Now, it's possible that some of the final 3 will take on each other again.
Mm-hmm.
Spinal Tap's opponent, Wyld Stallyns.
I know. I was like, it's going to be Wild
Oh,
Stallions.
man.
I was thinking it.
Why, Joe? Why are you doing this to us this early?
Sean, this is
No
all your
mercy
fault this
now.
time.
Yeah,
I didn't do nothing.
I
It's
almost.
not
Oh.
me.
No.
I did not proclaim anybody. I kept my mouth shut.
Next up, Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
All right.
Versus Rick Moranis and Little Shop of Horrors.
Mm.
I want a less sadistic cup next time.
Have like a Care Bears cup or a.
Right. We need a loving, welcoming cup.
I have a My Neighbor Totoro cup.
A Casey and the
Totoro.
Sunshine Band cup.
Sure,
Right.
we can do a
Casey and Totoro would not mess with us.
Mm-hmm.
Hedwig and the Angry Inch's opponents, the Blues Brothers.
Okay.
Oh,
Whoa,
you know-
did we do that face off already?
I don't remember.
Maybe we did.
I could have sworn we did. Oh no!
We knew this was going to be brutal.
Yeah, we already know who are all in the cup too. So these are all bands that we like for the most part. Oh man!
Yeah.
Oh, this is brutal.
All right. Next up in the hot dog round, appropriately enough, the Archies.
Yeah, because they were in the Jabberjaw division last time.
Mhm.
That is correct. The Archies' opponent, the Wonders.
Oh, that's interesting.
Bubblegum.
Really?
Little double bubblegum action right there.
Okay.
And rounding out the hot dog conference, Max Rebo. And
Versus-
Max's opponent.
Let it be Muppet versus Muppet.
Riverbottom would be great.
Right?
That would be good.
Looks like it's going to be blank sheet of paper.
Blank sheet of paper for the win.
Right? You can't beat those guys.
No.
Riverbottom Nightmare Band.
What?
Okay.
All right.
This is
Now,
okay. The Kiss Cup decides that there is no such thing as having a painless first round. So this is-
Oh God. No.
it's pain.
now, the final 8 in the. Now we're over to the Jabberjaws conference. The final 8 are Electric Mayhem
Okay.
taking on Larry Underwood.
Well, I think we know who our first sacrificial lamb is of the night.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
yeah.
So much for the no easy contests.
Yeah.
Bye, Larry.
That's a coaching minute
That's
right
okay.
there.
Right. God already saved him once. He's fine. So
Yeah, he's gonna.
He'll
He's
be
fine.
fun.
Even God is like, all right, we're gonna let you go.
yeah, it's fine, Larry. It's fine. I got you a seat up here. I got you good
Yeah.
seats. So.
God is like, Larry, it's Electric Mayhem.
Yeah. I don't dig my man that much.
Right.
And Kevin has killed Joe.
Well, somebody. had to.
It's been a long month, people.
But I cannot think of a better thing. I'm so glad that we have done this, and we're just starting.
Yes.
The real anger and vengeance has yet to begin. Mouse Rat.
Okay.
Mouse Rat is taking
Manning.
on Rex Manning.
I knew it. I knew Mouse Rat was going to go against Rex Manning. I knew it. Now that one you can blame me on, Toni Ann. So,
The Beets.
Okay.
3 more names remain. The Beets will be taking on Jeffster.
Oh.
Oh,
okay.
man.
that's actually going to be an interesting one-shot round for those two.
And the final 2,
Oh, my God.
Yep.
this is I'm not making this up.
No,
this-
he's not.
This is randomly right out of the cup. The final 2, the Misfits and Jim and the Holograms.
Yes.
Nice.
That's a bit of a sacrificial
This is the
lamb there,
epic
too.
confrontation we've been waiting for.
This is kind of like the blood war that we've all wanted, as far as like the dream fights. Like this is.
I wonder if there's 122 episodes of a syndicated cartoon show that could let clues in as to how that's going to go.
You know, it would be nice if it were.
Yeah, but
Does Jem have the writers on her side now?
Yeah.
I don't know.
we weren't in the writing room last time, so
That's
Yeah.
correct. Okay. So here we
Okay.
go. Back to, I got to roll my sleeves up for this. This is going to be tough. Back to the hot dog round.
Right.
First match.
I'm
Hot dog
tempted to
round.
say we saved this one because we know this one's ugly.
Hang
Or should
on.
we just jump right into it?
It's- I mean, true.
I mean, you're not wrong, Sherman. I mean, but
Look, how do you think I've gotten this far in the Dragon Con American Sci-Fi Classics track business? All right. First up,
All right, let's
Wyld
do it.
Stallyns taking on Spinal Tap.
Oh.
Oh God.
I love them both. I don't know equally, but the Bill and Ted movies I can rewatch constantly. Spinal Tap I can rewatch constantly. However, Spinal Tap is the only soundtrack that I bought of amongst the two.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we're going by logic.
But when is that ever?
Yeah, we've
No.
had many non-logical arguments until the
No
final
logic
round.
this round. No logic this round.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is by feels, and by feels, I go hope over humor because we're going to get a lot of humor from some of these other rounds. I mean, we really are. But like, there's and again, I'm the optimist. Gary can talk to can espouse this. I'm always the optimistic guy, so I gotta go with Bill and Ted. But we're also talking like this is like the ultimate Wyld Stallyns, and I actually have a few albums of theirs from the soundtracks and whatnot. So. I mean, technically, they have 3 albums where, Spinal Tap only has, the 2? They had the one they released a little while ago and then the original, right?
Yeah,
So-
There's
like
the Black
Unplugged
Album,
time.
Smell
Right.
the Glove,
Right.
and
Back
Break
from
Like the
Dead
Wind.
compilation.
There was a compilation, Back from the Dead, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
And
So-
then there was kind of an unplugged one too.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a hard argument.
If we're going feels, I have to go Wyld Stallion.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
Yeah,
But-
I can watch all the Bill and Ted trilogy. I can even just watch the original and I get the feels and I want to be into music because of them. Like
Yes.
even if they suck and even if they're not good, I want them to succeed and I want them to be the band and write the song and do the thing. With Spinal Tap, they're hella fun to watch, but they don't bring me that joy.
Yeah, that.
Well,
that is a
and
very good point.
Tom Morris points out you can't kill the Wyld Stallyns because Death's in the band.
Yes.
So what if Death just keeps bringing the Wyld Stallyns, the drummers from Spinal Tap, and so the Wyld Stallyns have like a 15-person drum section.
Yeah, but Death loses
Then
every
they're
contest he enters.
Indeed, Death.
Well, only
loses
against
every
Bill
time.
and Ted.
Yeah, that's true. I like what Shaun said about hope over humor, but like Joel McRae at the end of Sullivan's Travels, I feel like humor brings its own sort of hope. And I love Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
Spinal Tap too.
But there is one other thing we have to consider, which is Gary said very specifically that we could talk about the fact that we could also include Ultimate Stallions, which is the very end version of the band at the end of Bill and Ted Face the Music, which means that every single living person, past, present, and future, all are in the band at the same time. That includes Spinal Tap, that includes Blues Brothers, that includes everybody. So station Bill and Ted win.
no.
I think the
All right,
pause Christopher Guest.
Christopher Guest is in Wyld Stallyns for that one song. I mean, why?
Yeah. Good.
Okay.
Keith, hit us.
They're the ultimate
I would also
motherfucker.
like to. I would like to
Go
point
ahead.
out
Keith.
Bill and Ted saved the world. Wyld Stallions saved the world. Spinal Tap couldn't even save their damn drummers.
Hey,
Wrenn disagrees with me. Wrenn, however,
Spinal Tap was part of my childhood, okay? I
Yes.
actually had a party in high school where I actually played Spinal Tap on a VHS onto a big screen in my family room for my friends, okay?
So
I literally did the
great.
same thing. I literally did the same thing, except for Bill and Ted.
Wait, they made Bill and Ted on VHS?
Well, I mean, when I was a
Oh,
kid,
God.
yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my
Absolutely.
sweet summer child.
Back in the olden
When I
times.
was a kid, yes. Back when sand was
Yeah.
new.
We used to rent it from the Blockbuster.
We called them talkies then.
We called them
We're
talkies.
gonna lose this for about a
We
minute.
just
Not even.
I'm sorry, but I have to go take my Ovaltine and my nap. Good night.
I know, right? My decoder ring and my Ovaltine have an appointment.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's
vote.
We're gonna rip the Band-Aid off right from the start. Spinal Tap.
Hey,
Let's see.
Sean, you're
One.
voting Spinal Tap?
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. My brain.
Oh my god.
Sorry, my fault, my brain.
I would have. Come on, Gary. I would have loved that own goal.
Spinal Tap
Actually,
again. 1, 2,
And 3.
3 for Wrenn. And then Bill and Ted.
I thought Keith and Wrenn have one vote, though. Don't they have to agree?
They do.
Don't they have to
we
like?
have separate votes.
Oh, they have separate votes
Separate
tonight.
votes now.
Okay.
Because, well, here's the thing: if they don't have separate votes, we can't have ties to put Joe in a position of pain.
Correct.
Fair enough.
So should we have separate votes or not separate votes?
No, we should have
Separate
separate votes because then we can do tiebreakers.
Yeah, because then we can hurt Joe.
Yeah, we want to hurt Joe.
Makes sense. I like it.
And
I
that's
like
pretty much the only
You can
reason.
sign on from your computer upstairs.
We're home. So
We're-
we're going to stay together, though.
No, you can sign on upstairs.
We are home.
Whatever, we're home, so.
We'll see you in a moment.
See you in a second. Okay, so then Bill and Ted win.
I'm hanging on to the laptop here. I'm just going to be moving a lot.
That is,
Oh, okay. Oh, suddenly we're in a horror movie from the early 2000s.
I know we should go full screen on Keith for a minute and just as they're climbing up the steps.
Yeah, do it, Joe.
The monster's behind you. I've seen Host. I know how this movie ends. Don't do it. Don't.
Especially with how
not
many.
me, not me, Keith.
Oh, he went to Joe. Hey, Joe's full screen.
Hi, Joe.
Hello.
Well, that works too.
There's Keith.
Oh wait, we lost him.
Where's Keith?
Now
Gone.
Keith's gone.
I think he's gonna pop up again.
Oh, there
inside
he
the
is.
Oh,
house.
there he is. Oh
There
no,
he
the
is.
hair monster's eating him. Oh wait, there he is.
This would be the worst found footage horror film ever.
Good point from Tom right here.
Yes.
Yep.
The Kiss
true.
Cup is loyal to Wyld Stallyns. Yes.
All right, so yeah, since Keith and Wrenn are splitting the vote, it's 4-4.
Is it?
No, it's not.
No?
Is
No,
it?
it's
Oh,
5.
great.
It's 5-3.
It's
Okay,
5:30, man. Is it that Alabama
goodness.
math again?
Yeah.
They apparently switched to Common Core and things got bad.
Look, Atlanta
Alabama math
passed,
is the next Common Core. So
That's right.
Atlanta passed some new voting regulations.
right. If you have this many bourbons,
It's really
Okay,
hard to hold a
so-
laptop and operate a key at the same time.
True. So, Bill and Ted.
Bill and
Yes.
Ted,
Yeah.
The Wyld Stallyns move forward.
the drummer detonated, took out the whole band this time.
Yep.
All
Oh, we're
that's left
getting
is
a
6
we're getting
inch-
a tour of Keith's house.
right.
Also-
All that's left is a 12-inch tall little Stonehenge on the stage. That's all
Ren
that's
just
left.
needs to come up behind him like this.
in an oogie boogie mask.
Don't let Louie out.
I will not let Louis out.
And
Please, I hope not.
now, coming up on the next match, Hedwig and the Angry Inch
Right.
against Jake and Elwood Blues.
Oh,
Oh, God, that hurts.
that's another one.
I mean, we're talking classic blues versus. How do you even categorize Hedwig?
Glam rock,
I mean,
awesome,
Yeah,
free.
Yeah.
Glam rock.
German
Yeah, glam
theatrical
rock.
glam rock. I mean, yeah.
I mean,
Which
Personally,
two
I
genres that
again,
just.
I'm taking this from the perspective. I'm the sole person on this panel that isn't a Blues Brothers fan. So I'm just gonna go in terms of movies that have impacted my life, and Hedwig all the way means quite a bit to me. And you know, it's a very simple argument, but it's just in terms of what movie resonated with me more. And it's Hedwig. I have a whole John
Yeah.
Landis thing.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, voting your feels in the first round, that's pretty much how we have to do it. I mean, before we
Yeah.
have to start having the more, logical fallacy arguments. So, yeah, I mean, but if I go that route, then Blues Brothers would be more influential on me because I remember watching that and that exposed me to just so many different artists that I had never come into contact with. Like, and I was like, oh, wow, and I mean, I really started noticing Aretha Franklin and we got Cab Calloway and you got I mean, and then of course the Blues Brothers
Sam
themselves. Yeah,
I love all of them, but they're not the Blues Brothers.
no, they're not. They're not.
Yeah.
But we're talking about our feels, though. We're
Yeah.
talking about our feels. He was, Chris was saying he's kind of moving from his feels here. So I was like, if I use that metric, then it'd be Blues Brothers for me.
Well, what makes this hard for me is they're both excellent damn bands.
Yeah.
I mean, the Blues Brothers put on one hell of a show.
Yes.
And Hedwig does one hell of a show. I mean,
I feel like I quote Blues Brothers a lot more. I use I'm on a mission from God, and we're wearing sunglasses in the car, and 4 fried chickens and a Coke, and I just will randomly make Blues Brothers references, and we'll think about both types of music, and we'll get really excited about their songs and just the ridiculousness that was them. And that again brings me joy, if we're going with our feels, and and that they were trying to do it for the children. They're trying to save the orphanage, and they beat up Nazis, and what more could you want?
They did beat up Nazis.
Beat up Illinois Nazis too. I mean, there's nothing worse than Illinois Nazis.
I mean,
well, and the second Soul Man starts, there is no resisting that urge to stand up and just dance.
And dance like this.
Yeah,
I was leaning towards Hedwig because it's a phenomenal show, but Illinois Nazis.
Yeah.
Illinois Nazis.
Illinois Nazis.
And Mission from God, and all the different other types of music, and the joy, and the saving the orphans.
And Carrie Fisher, what's up?
Yep.
Right. And Carrie Fisher with a flamethrower.
Face Mom.
So, but really though, Hedwig, I'm sorry, really, with Carrie Fisher though, she tried to kill the Blues Brothers, so I think she was a Hedwig fan, clearly.
She might have been, actually, yeah, she might have been.
And the cars, of course.
The car.
Of course.
The 74 Dodge.
No, not
The
Dodge.
use of excessive violence against the Blues Brothers has been authorized.
Okay, so let's Blues Brothers.
I guess we got to vote.
Jake
Blues
and
Brothers. Okay, voting for Blues Brothers.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so.
Right.
I am actually shifting to blue for the Blues Brothers.
Yes. Nice.
That was
if
a
only
nice
you could
touch,
color
Gary.
code. If only you could only color code your vote every single time, Gary. If it was that clear,
would be good.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, I say we all have a round of orange whips to celebrate.
Nice.
We are going with cats milling around our feet. Right now.
Yeah, orange whip, orange whip, orange whip, orange whip.
Orange whip.
And coming up next, from That Thing You Do, The Wonders, taking on from Riverdale, the Archies.
Oh.
All right, here's the thing.
Okay, come on.
Chris has something to say.
There is no Wonders without the Archies. The number one song of 1969, one of the most turbulent years in American history, was Sugar Sugar. There would be no Wonders, no disrespect to the Wonders, but there would be no Wonders without the Archies.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Chris has an interesting question.
Except if we're talking about a weird chronological moment, the Wonders happened in 1964. So they would have inspired the Archies. Just throwing that out there.
Time travel makes my head hurt.
Endgame was bad enough.
Yeah.
Because, 68. So, 4 years earlier.
69, but yeah.
68, 69, 5 years old. Yeah, okay.
But,
Time travel.
But that's assuming that they existed in a linear time. That's assumed that the Wonders actually would have existed in that era. Obviously, they were made in the 90s, so yeah. But I mean, from like a purely like just looking at it from a musical point of view, you have to give it to the Archies just for Sugar Sugar. I mean, that enough.
Plays the trampoline. Not the trampoline, the tambourine. Or a trampoline.
No, I like the trampoline better.
what?
Why not both?
I'm resisting the urge to run across the room and get my big hot dog display that I have.
I think you're going to have to do it.
I'd like to see that.
Oh, does somebody still have a lot of feedback? Somebody in the comments said we're still getting a lot of feedback. I'm not.
There we go.
I don't hear it. I don't.
It might be Chris then. Because
maybe it was Keith. I don't know. Because they just muted themselves. So
Oh,
maybe
it might
was
be Keith. Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, there we go.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
that's what it is. Yeah.
That
my
is
goodness.
fantastic.
I love it.
Is it us?
For the folks at home.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's us for doing the feedback or not.
Yeah, I think it is just so that you guys can hear it. I think your microphone's just too sensitive where it's just picking it up, and that's not your fault.
It's just a laptop mic, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's fight. later.
Tom has been patiently asking this many times.
Right.
Do the Archies have Sabrina?
Sabrina.
No, sadly.
Because she's got her own group, the Freight Club, and
Thank you, Chris.
Oh wow. Okay.
No, in the Archies video that's on the official Archies channel on Peacock, which is a sentence I never thought I would say in public. The Archies video from the original cartoon show, Sabrina is running the kissing booth. She is not in the band, and it's a very interesting video that scarred my teenage daughter for life after encountering the Archies first through Riverdale. So
I love that story.
I also feel like I should fully own up to the bias that I'm professionally an Archie comics historian. So
Yeah.
I should probably put that information out there.
That's
am
amazing.
Bias here.
Yeah,
It
I
just
am
so
leaning
happens.
towards the Archies simple for the fact that two of my heroes as a child, Jughead and Reggie, are in the band.
Jughead's the
Reggie?
best.
You're a good man, Gary.
I do
Reggie?
have to admit right now that literally 3 days ago, I proofread and copy edited an unofficial Watcher's Guide to Riverdale.
Oh,
So-
wow.
A little more up
Very
on-
cool.
They also talked about the comics repeatedly throughout the whole book. So
Sure.
I know a lot more than I used to in the last couple of days.
I will be
In the last
buzzed.
week, I've
Computer
done a lot of Archie trivia.
My issue is pretty fundamental. I really hate Sugar.
Oh,
I mean, really hate it. It comes on the speakers, and I run screaming from the room. I hear that thing you do, and I start bouncing around and dancing and everything, and all that.
Yeah.
And then I hear Sugar, and I go, change it! Ah! Also, I think it's given all the other music that came out in 1969 that was the biggest hit. Come on.
It's what the world needed at the time. I mean,
really wasn't.
I mean, I mean, we could argue about it, but I mean, I think Chris actually makes a pretty good point of the fact that the world was just that messed up of a place that they needed something that would lift up their spirits, and Sugar is
And
the
that's
most
fair.
saccharine, uplifting. I mean, it's just a super pop.
Wait,
hit.
is it
Now
sugar or
explain
is
the
it saccharine?
Macarena.
It is nowhere near the Archies' best song. I will
No.
say.
the real life people are very disappointing. We got to go to cartoons, man. That was where we were in 1969.
I'm sorry, did Gary just do the YMCA and the Macarena together? Is that what just happened?
It was
He-
the Yakarema.
He definitely did. He definitely did.
Okay. Just making sure I'm not
yeah.
going crazy.
It's an obscure
Confirmed.
Jewish dance.
I'm trying.
It is
It's
not.
Passover. That's okay.
Also,
But-
can confirm it is not a traditional Jewish dance.
No, I said obscure, not traditional.
It's obscure. It's in that back part that nobody really looks at anymore.
Nobody looks at Jews anyway.
No.
Oh, good Lord. Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
Did we just have that discussion about the? Never mind.
If
Anyway.
we're looking at again, if I'm looking at Sugar, and if I'm looking at that thing you do,
Mashuga?
no, Sugar. Okay,
Gary, stop
put
it.
Gary in a corner.
You're all Meshuggah.
I'm sending Gary to the drab room.
Gary's in a timeout.
I still think that you have to give it to that thing. I think you have to give it to the Wonders just from the song is such a bop. And this early on, I'm going more for that boppy factor on this one. But you have to give a huge amount of props to the Archies. I mean,
Sean,
you
have
really
you heard
have
the
to.
Archie song Jingle Jangle, though?
I have.
Jingle jangle.
Because that is arguably a much better song than
And they named
Sugar
a
Sugar
drug
and
after-
that thing you do combined.
I
Jingle
don't know.
Jangle is a forever jam.
Yeah.
Also note that we're
Well, I
sitting
think we
literally
really need
3.5
to vote,
miles
though.
from Riverdale,
Yeah.
New York.
Yeah, we've been
Oh,
going
yeah.
for a bit here. We have more to go.
That's true. We do.
I
We said these
feel-
first rounds were
You're
painful.
absolutely
Archies. 2.
Whoop, that's 5.
5. That's it. I don't have to choose. Oh,
Damn it, Wrenn.
I love that song, but I feel like you got to give something up for the fictional band that charted with the real charts with the number 1.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, both of them. I mean, the Archies and I mean,
I agree with Chris though. So
all right.
I don't.
The final match in the hot dog round, first round of the final hot dog challenge, so to speak. Max Rebo.
oh right.
And the Riverbottom Nightmare Band. It's a battle of Muppets.
So Punk versus Jizz.
True.
Look, wait. Jizz was. I thought Jizz was the Cantina band.
I think we decided.
Yeah.
I think
So you
Madison-
can't know.
Oh, okay.
Bad, Gary. Bad.
I say
Although-
this as a person with a Star Wars tattoo. Riverbottom Nightmare Band is so much better than the Max Rebo Band.
I'm just
It's not
gonna
even
throw
funny.
this up there. I got to do that. But Riverbottom Nightmare Band, I watched that video again today, and I found something else that maybe it was on like a Muppet special or something. Kermit did a skit with the Riverbottom Nightmare Band.
Really?
And
I'm gonna have to go look that up.
it's very funny. Kermit nearly dies in a automobile accident, and
geez.
the Riverbottom Nightmare Band drives up, and they don't help Kermit. They steal his scarf, and then they leave. This is a real thing that happened.
I have the link. I'm putting it in the show notes.
Thank you.
Well,
Right.
now I
Joe,
can't.
you
vote
have to
for
put up
them. I have
Madison's comment.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, but just based all the way of that, I mean, I have to go Rebo then because nobody disrespects our boy. So
They
Yeah.
totally they stole the man's scarf. I say
I
the
mean,
man.
that's
they
a
stole
very
the
punk
scarf.
rock thing to do. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm kind of okay with that because punk rock totally saves lives. I mean, that's like a thing.
Agreed.
Yeah,
I on the one hand, I see your point. On the other hand, the Max Rebo Band. I mean, as Toni Ann mentioned, we all recently rewatched Return of the Jedi, and man, they're terrible.
oh, they're so bad, so bad.
And
They're
it
not
was
good.
worse with the extra stuff in it,
Yeah,
especially
like,
when
if we were watching, if we're just talking the original cut of Return of the Jedi, it wouldn't be so bad. But in the enhanced special, super duper George Lucas can't leave it the fuck alone edition, it's even worse.
Lucas is a noodler, as Voltaire said.
Yes, but you know, I mean, but without that, we wouldn't have the Yuzum. But if we didn't have that noodling, we wouldn't have a Yuzum deep throating the camera. You know, he's like, ah! You know, so
That's a world I want to live in, Sean.
I mean,
so
it's
I guess
certainly-
with that involved, I think we know who we're voting for then, yeah.
it's certainly not a good
all right,
song,
so-
but it is a good time.
I think we broke Joe.
All right, so who's voting for the Jizz?
No supporters of jizz.
Not in this
Riverbottom
context,
Nightmare
anyway.
Band?
And everybody voting for the Riverbottom.
Nightmare
Hey, it's our
It's
first
us.
sweep.
Yeah,
It is the first sweep.
Nice.
It might be the only sweep.
it might be.
I don't know. I think
Stealing
there's
from
one
Kermit for the
particular
win.
band that's going to get stomped. But yeah,
The Riverbottom Nightmare Band. I love them so much. There's a snake. There's
Madison!
a fish in an aquarium, and I'm not sure what he's doing, but I love.
He's spitting water on the audience.
That's right. I
his
forgot.
sole
Yes,
purpose
he's the
in
he's the hype
band.
man. He's the hype
He's
man.
the hype
The hype
man,
man.
spitting out into the audience.
He's like that dude in the Boss Tones who just dances on stage.
Yeah,
right,
he's that guy. He's
Oh my God! Put that fish in a suit and just have him do that stupid Mighty Mighty Boss Tones
he
dance.
needs that. He needs one of those stupid hats.
Right. Well, we all need a stupid hat, really.
Yeah.
yes. So now let's go over to the
Jabberjaw.
Jabberjaw Conference.
Yes.
Because right now our final four in the Hot Dog Conference are Bill and Ted, the Blues Brothers, the Archies, and the Riverbottom Nightmare Band. So let's go and get the final four over on the other conference, Electric Mayhem. against, from the stand, Larry Underwood.
And there goes that second clean sweep I said was probably coming.
He survived 10 trips, but not Animal and Janice.
I'm not even sure this one needs a discussion.
Yeah, do we need to discuss
Yeah,
it all?
I don't think we need a discussion on
In the
this.
interest of time.
Dr. T. I mean,
Like,
there's no need
Mayhem.
to discussion. I mean, Larry's going all the way.
Muppets all the way.
He's got
Yeah.
God on his
Larry
side.
all the way.
Larry
right?
is
I'm
going to
not gonna-
sweep
I'm-
this.
That's right.
The
Okay,
power
I'm
of
going
Christ
right down
compels
Larry
you.
Underwood, right?
The year of Underwood.
The year of Underwood. Look, he finally got another miniseries.
Keisha Wonderwood?
Justice for Dr.
Dr. T.
Yep.
Keith is already on like the restore the Dr. Teeth verse, right? Like he's
Yes, with his HTML skills from 1990, he's making
Yeah,
a
yeah,
website.
Nice. Nice.
Just like GeoCities did it.
There's gonna be like a little fire icon right next to it,
JusticeForDrTeeth.geocities.com.
the way the Lord meant the
Mayhem
internet
here
to be
and the fire icons right here.
You are the
All right,
first person to
next
vote
contest.
for Dr. Teeth.
Next
Dr.
contest. And look, Dr. Teeth is a medical professional, you guys.
Right.
Dr. Teeth. Dr. Teeth is going to. Well, I'm all right. Next round is Mouse Rat from Pawnee up against Rex Manning.
Oh,
Mouse Rat all the way.
Wow.
Like, I want to say Mouse Rat, but
5,000
like
candles.
also, like Rex Man, this is hard. I don't like this.
This is certainly harder than the last one.
There are no
Okay, look,
easy contests.
Let me present an argument.
All right.
Whoever is going to win this is going up against Dr. Teeth. They're going to lose, okay? They're going to lose against Dr. Teeth. Rex Manning nor Mousetrap have the freaking weight to take down Electric Mayhem. It's just not possible. So, who do we want to send to that shipping shed? Okay, do we want to send? Who do we?
By Sarah McLachlan.
You know what I'm saying, right? Like, who do you want to throw into the wood
In the
chipper?
arms of the
Like, we can excuse a band and say, you don't have to go there, baby. You're precious. You're
I'm
here.
not gonna lie, I'm just going to.
Yo,
got
I could
candles.
just see Rex Manning going, I don't need this.
Yeah,
I don't need this, and he just walks off.
Andy's too dumb to know what
Right.
he's getting into.
That's
Andy's
true.
absolutely too dumb. But you know what happened, though, if that happens? And I love that we're already arguing the next round. Andy would be in awe of Electric Mayhem and start joining in, and he's like, we won! And would completely abandon Mouse Rat. And he would
Yes,
become a de
Very
facto.
true.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so are
That's
we
why
saying
Mouse
that
Rat
we?
needs to go on
So are we
so that
saying not
Andy
only?
can join them.
So are we saying not only did we decide that Mouse Rat wins this round, but Dr. Teeth wins the next one automatically?
Pretty much.
Is
Yeah.
that what we just decided?
Yeah.
I think we did. Yes.
It's not an unfair assessment.
I'm
I think
strangely
it's not.
comfortable with the idea.
As am I. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just pointing out, no matter the logical fallacy of arguing between these two guys, because whoever's going to win is going into the wood chipper on
Guys,
the
we're
next.
getting so strategic.
just
I'm
getting-
so proud of us.
We're just getting more efficient the more we
And
do.
and also I think this panel could use something that makes it shorter.
Yes.
I
Yes.
will say the captions.
We are
on
only
Fa-
in hour 53, Keith.
And look, by the way, guys, now for everybody talking about the Snyder Cut and boo, it's so long. We are now longer than we.
Also
we-
more entertaining.
yes,
And with much
And a
less
lot less
slow-mo.
slow-mo.
Oh, infinitely less slow mo.
a lot less slow-mo.
I thought I saw someone smile during one of these at one point, so I think
Yes.
that puts us over it too.
That did
Right,
not happen in the
yes,
Snyder Cut.
these panels have color.
Right. Gary's got orange. Tony Ann's got orange. Look, you can see
No, no,
Chris's
see, I
green.
mean-
Look at all that color.
Yeah, you see, I'm
I'm a
Snyder
fit
sepia
take on
tone
that
right
one.
now. I got to change now.
Oh yeah, you are Snyder sepia tone. Yeah, you. Oh, there
And
you
this
go.
is supposed to be red, but it's the light.
It is, yeah,
fair
that's
enough.
actually
It's the
red.
Flash, man. So,
Wait,
oh, is it a flasher? I can't see the
represented
logo.
by
Okay.
Tony Ann.
Awesome.
Are we saying
Okay.
so? We're basically choosing a sacrificial lamb here. Is that what?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that what's been?
So, Mouse Rat.
A
Mouse rat.
mouse rat.
Yeah.
Mouse rat goes on. Yeah, mouse rat goes on. Yeah.
Mouse Rat goes
Rex,
on.
Rex
to,
Manning didn't eat. He's like, no, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, I think Rex Manning would have seen how the lineup card was going to happen. He's like, I'm out.
I'm
And
just
Yeah.
I'm just happy to have been in the 16.
Right. I'm happy.
I'm glad to be here. Cut me my check.
I don't really like that movie anyway. I know.
Yeah, right. You shut your mouth. I've backed you up every week on your stupid ass skateboard suggestion. You give me that thing, you do. All right.
Sean, Kevin, you
Friendships are being
Sean.
destroyed.
Can we please?
Wow.
It took 3 weeks, but we finally got there.
Kevin, on your website, in your show notes, on your website for that podcast, I want you to put Sean's quote.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
stupid
put that
ass
on a
podcast.
t-shirt.
I backed you.
Now,
All right.
if we were having this discussion a week from now, it would be Rex Manning Day, and we might have to put him up as the sacrificial lamb.
Yeah.
But because it's April 1st, I think Mouse Rat would be more appropriate for April Fool's.
Okay, so
All right, so
next
who's next?
Next competition is the Beets,
Right.
taking on Jeffster.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
If we're
As
talking
much
about
as I
Mediocre
love-
versus the mediocre.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
if we're
I
talking
love around
about
my
feels, if we're talking about feels, I gotta give it to Jeffster. Like
Yeah,
Chuck the series meant so much to me. It's so wonderful that like I gotta give it to them. Like the beats are great, but like motherfucking Jeffster.
and the Beets are children.
Yeah.
No. They're full-grown adults. They're basically they're Doug's version of the Beatles. Is essentially what they
I
are.
thought they were Doug's version of the Wiggles.
No.
Okay.
They're the Beatles.
Okay.
No,
I'm still going Jeffster.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, well, let me think. They're the Beatles if they were like in the '90s, So they're very much like they're all like quasi hippie.
So the
Yeah, they're like
Backstreet
90s.
Boys?
Well, no, they're like
The
quasi
Needles.
hippies, but like they want you to eat tofu, so they make the song "Killer Tofu," all that jazz, and
Right.
Mother Earth and all that jazz. So they're a little bit more kind of that kind of vibe. And Jeffster, I gotta go Jeffster, just because when you look at those two pathetic idiots and they put everything they have into those musical campaigns and those videos, I mean, right? I mean, seriously, when Joe published the videos for that week and he didn't put Blaze of Glory in it, I literally was like, Joe, you go put Blaze of Glory in it. That video is so bad, it's good.
I went back and did it.
So the theme of this week is "Do not screw with Sean." This is
Apparently.
Sean's on a razor's edge tonight.
He's on the razor's edge.
It's been a rough quarantine, people.
This is
You gotta give me this one.
guys.
I agree with Madison there. The Beats are thematically more like U2.
Yeah, I can feel that. Yeah, I can feel that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I really
which is reason enough to vote for Jeffster right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, put the words right out of my mouth.
You just made my vote because I've never watched the Beets. Okay, and I was a diehard core fan of a very not well known in the U.S. Gothic band called The Mission, who have a major beef with you too. So I gotta go with Jeffster now. I'm sorry.
Jeffster's your mission.
It's my mission, okay?
Yes.
So
The Mission UK.
Over
They
here,
had
the
a
mission
major
are
problem.
called the Beets
they were-
UK.
They wore sunglasses before you two did. Well, they wore sunglasses because two of them are originally members of Sisters of Mercy, who wore sunglasses then, but still.
Okay.
So-
Amazing song, everyone out there.
All right. So
the Beats.
Beets. Another. So Jeffster.
Jeffster.
Yes.
Another sweep.
Wow.
So
Now,
if they survive the next round, Dr. Teeth is going to kick their ass.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Now, I didn't think this would ever happen with literally every fictional band we have thought of.
Oh, that's right.
But here it is. This is Jim and the Holograms
Right.
against the Misfits.
Yep.
Now, the
Is
Misfits,
this what they call life imitating art?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jim and the Misfits, right there in the theme music of Jim, every episode says, our songs are better. Jim never makes that claim. Jim never has nothing, never says. However, Jim is excitement as
ooh, Jim.
But here's the thing. The Misfits, they don't have the computer doing all the hard work and heavy lifting for them where Jem does. Everything Synergy does for Jem and the Holograms. So, and the Misfits, they're just more stylish. Their songs are better. They're more interesting. They try to kill Jem every week. They travel through time. They got pissed at their manager once and sent him to the time of the dinosaurs and left him there.
Hardcore, guys. They're hardcore.
Well, and we talked about this last time, Chris.
That is so metal.
And we talked about Chris, how it basically is like Kung Fury basically almost word for word ripped off that plot, and so they could go back and beat the crap out of Hitler with. I mean, I love Jim thematically, but I got to give it to the Misfits. The Misfits, and plus the Misfits are just more punk in general. So give it to the Misfits. Yeah, they're just cooler.
Oh, Madison points out that the Misfits play and write their own music as well.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Synergy.
Now, the one thing I am a little afraid of, though, is when Chris started to badmouth the fact that Jim uses a computer, he kind of froze up. So we might be pissing off Synergy if we vote against them.
Yeah. The singularity will occur.
Jim's got all those major label dollars.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Madison corrects me. It was Jem who writes and plays her own music.
Oh. I still think
Synergy plays songs are better. But Synergy plays a lot of it for them.
Synergy, come on.
The Misfits are punk and they live the all you need is 3 chords and the truth. I mean, come on.
Or at least 3 chords.
All right. So, Jim and the Holograms.
Wow.
Okay, the Misfits.
Oh, wow, the Misfits.
Gotta go for it. I'm sorry. Mainstream has never been my way, okay?
Not a lot of people saw the Misfits.
Mainstream has never been my way.
Despite the fact that I am wearing Gem-centric makeup right now, I have to go with the Misfits. They're just so badass and
yeah.
They're more interesting in my opinion.
Misfits, but everyone who did tried to kill Jem and the Holograms. So
right,
yeah, their influence is pervasive.
It is. Yeah,
and let's be fair. If we're the writers of Jem and the Holograms, it's a much more interesting place for them to lose to the Misfits, and then they have to earn back that title. So what we've done is we just set them up for a 3-season story arc. So they're good for 3. So they're good. They're getting franchises. Fine. Yeah, we're just helping their careers.
Yeah.
You're trying to placate Synergy, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Does anybody else suddenly want
for me? You're all safe.
Does anybody else besides me now though want the Tron, Jem, and the Holograms crossover?
Sure. Nice, yes.
Sure. Well, I do now.
Yeah. Now that you mentioned it, okay. Yeah.
All right,
but only if you get Godzilla versus King Kong in the background destroying Hong Kong because they were in Hong Kong looks like a Tron city.
That Neon Tokyo was
okay, guys.
Neon Hong Kong. So
now we go back to the hot dog conference to get a finalist. Bill and Ted from Wyld Stallyns against the Blues Brothers.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh.
This is unfair, and I protest. Joe, I have beef. Sir.
I'm not okay with this.
Sir.
Oh. Wrenn's got it,
yes. Yeah. This was not the blood that I craved, exactly. I'm going to again make the argument I made last time. When they save the world, literally every person, past, future, and present, are all in the band. So I give it to Bill and Ted because I'll take hope over humor every single time. And I know that's a cheat, and I'm totally okay with that at this point in the game.
I feel like
Mission from God.
Jake and Elwood would really like Bill and Ted as people.
Oh, totally.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They'd hang.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing that makes this hard is that both of them attracted some of the best musicians around. I mean, Bill and Ted went back in time and got a whole bunch of great musicians.
Yeah, but
in Jake and Elwood's case, it was all contemporary musicians, but it's still...
Jake and Elwood were
totally
good musicians to start with themselves.
No, they weren't.
Better than Bill and Ted.
No, they're not. They had a good band.
Well,
Blue-
yeah,
yeah.
they had a good band.
Jake and
They
Elwood
were,
themselves
also,
are.
they were also older than Bill and Ted. Bill and Ted were in
Yes.
high school when they started, and nobody's
Yeah.
good at anything when they're in high
Yeah,
school.
but
you have to actually practice.
Jake and Elwood are two overweight white guys who can barely dance.
No, Elwood was the skinny.
Maybe Jake and Elwood are Bill and Ted in an alternate universe.
That's a possibility. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Facebook user who I believe may be other Gary. Just confirming. No, that was Beck. Hey, Becky. Beck Pano. She just wants them to team up.
You know, fight Nazis.
Fight
Heck
Nazis.
yeah! Heck yeah!
And again, I think this is one of those arguments that no matter who wins, the other band would be like, I can see that.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, here's,
Like,
here's the argument for Bill and Ted is the Wyld Stallyns is that in the end, the Wyld Stallyns want peace and they get peace. Therefore, they have effectively fought Nazis
Sure.
and won.
And the Blues Brothers did not get peace at all.
No.
No.
They
No.
basically destroyed Chicago.
and they were returned to prison at the end.
Yes.
Yes.
So I
Oh,
guess we
damn.
need to vote.
Yeah.
No.
I
Okay.
don't like it.
I'll say the
I don't
Bill and
either.
Ted.
It's not a comfortable vote at all.
Yeah.
This
No.
is tough.
Bill and Ted's Many Years Later sequel is so much better than the Blues Brothers Many Years Later sequel.
That's a
That's
good
true.
point.
Agreed.
Bill and Ted, there you go.
True.
Free-
They
Keith, I
took
take
their
it all
time.
back. Your movie selections are beautiful, Keith. I take it all back.
They
They're
took their
beautiful, they're
time
beautiful.
and did it right.
Yeah.
Didn't
Well,
rush
they
it.
took their time with the Blues Brothers 2000 too, and that didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right. So Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Gary's the only holdout.
Yeah, there's my vote right there.
That's fair. That's
Okay.
fair. There was no wrong answer in this
There
one.
was a wrong answer.
Yeah, there really
but-
was.
I will say it hurt me
hard.
to
Yeah.
to vote
That-
because those are two of my favorite.
Yeah.
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 I'm in the same boat. Like that hurt.
I love you too, Deanna. Someone, and we have this on record now for the future.
Mm-hmm. We'll see about that. So
Next round.
next round, Riverbottom Nightmare Band against the Archies.
I'm just going to put
Riverbottom
this out
Nightmare
there.
Band is gonna. I feel
They're
like
going
they're.
to decapitate the Archies.
I feel like they're.
You're not going to find the bodies, is what you're saying. The Archies are going to show
Yeah.
up in town, and they're never actually going to make it to the
Riverbottom
venue.
Nightmare Band comes from the swamp.
I don't think the Riverbottom Nightmare Band get that dark. They might steal Archie's scarf. But that's
Yeah. and Jughead's crown.
yeah.
Yeah.
they'll still
This is the
try.
Riverdale version of Riverbottom Nightmare Gang, though. So there's lots of murders.
Did you see the movie?
So they're like a
Green
biker
Room?
gang.
Yeah.
And
So they have. Wait a minute. They have a snake.
Yeah.
So we can assume they're probably affiliated with the serpents.
Yeah, it could be.
Ah.
Oh, well, then they wouldn't steal Jughead's crown.
no,
I
but they
have
would
nothing
definitely,
but
but
love
they would
for the Archies,
definitely
but this
eat
one
hot
is
dogs.
just-
Yes. Now the Archies have hot dog, and the Riverbottom Nightmare Band is all animals. However,
No, but I'm saying
One of
that
the-
the snake would eat hot dog.
and yes,
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Yes.
and there's also a bear in the Riverbottom Nightmare Band.
It's not looking good for the Archies.
Bear
I like
Jeep,
Deanna's
Battlestar
comment there.
Galactica.
Like Deanna's comment there.
It's true, it's true. They see that damn bear, they just jump into the trench. Whoom, they're gone.
Yep, and that's something
That's our lovely Becky again.
Yeah.
Right, but the only
They-
flip side to that is the Archies actually had a real, honest to God, on the charts in real life hit. Do we count that at this point of the game, or are we still
We
more on
can.
the field? I mean, I don't know. I'm asking the crowd. Are we still more on our feels, and we think that they would run away like Scooby Doo into the trench with the rest of the Muppet team?
Yeah.
At this point,
My
like,
my feels are that the Muppets beat the Archies any day because they're freaking Muppets. But that's me.
There's a Muppet
They're all
here.
on.
Okay, between my hands, there is a Muppet.
Right there, yeah.
So
I
he's
don't
going
want to know
vote
where
for the
you're sticking
Muppets.
your hand, Wrenn. I do not want to know.
They're both here.
Well, that's
Why?
a look.
Why?
Yeah, at
What,
this
where
point,
are we?
those are out the window for me, and I'm just like Riverbottom. I'm going by coolness factor alone, and
goes
Riverbottom
here.
Nightmare Gang are cooler than the Archies musical group. If it was comic book characters, then we'd be a different thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
They're just. I mean, Joe. He keeps saying it. There's a snake. Come on, the snake rules. I wish I knew its name.
like with Jim and the Misfits, like my first thought is, well, who's punker? And that's the same thing here. I'm like,
Yeah. Riverbottom Nightmare Band, they stole a scarf from Kermit. They're going to wipe out the Archies.
Yeah,
We're going to strangle the Archies with that damn scarf. They're going to.
Kitty.
This is Obi-Wan.
Who does not want to be on camera.
Nope.
No, he doesn't.
Hilarious.
All
Okay.
right, so Archies.
Riverbottom Nightmare Band. Yes.
Okay, guys, we're failing in our torment Joe duties here.
We'll get there soon.
I mean, what? If one of us had changed our vote, it still would have been there's.
Yeah. No, I know, but I'm just saying we gotta mess with Joe's head at some point here.
I think
trust
the
me,
final
we will.
four. I think in the final four, I think that's where Joe's going to feel some pain.
I
think you are correct.
I'm just excited that Stillwater didn't make it to the finals because of fake nepotism, which was going to happen. So,
It's true.
That is the
cousin.
All right, so
Now,
next was the buzzsaw round.
Over in the Jabberjaw bracket, Mayhem has already obliterated Mouse Rat. They
Right. Right, Andy's in the band with the rest of the Electric Mayhem. So.
Yeah, because puppets. Everybody loves puppets.
Yeah, Andy's literally hanging out with the Muppets. He's like, but he's no longer Andy. He's now Johnny Karate with
yes.
Electric Mayhem.
The Electric Mayhem,
Becky pointed out to us that the name of the snake in the Riverbottom Band is Howard.
Howard.
That is such a terrible name. We got to give him a better name.
Howard the Snake.
Howard.
It could be worse. It could be Howard the Duck.
No,
Howard Snake.
He never won. He did not win in the earlier rounds.
All right, so now let's go up to get the final competitor in the final four.
Mm-hmm.
Jeffster against the Misfits.
Misfits for sure.
Yeah, as much as I love Jeffster, it's got to be the Misfits.
The Misfits are going to tell them, look, guys, we're totally going to go hang out at Applebee's later. And then Jeffster would show up and the Misfits would not be there.
That's true. Jeffster would have high hopes of banging one of these women. Like,
But, I think we forget how metal the Misfits are. The Misfits would literally chain them up to a wall and threaten to stab out their eyes with their stilettos.
And they'd be so into it.
And Jeff and Lester would be so into it, they would be so skeezed out, they would just leave them against the wall and just leave the freaking Bymore hung up. And that would be how they leave the tournament. They're just hung up because the Misfits are going to murder them, but Jeffster was just too into it.
Yep.
You're like, it's
to
so
quote
fun.
Philip J. Fry, I always wanted it to. I never thought it would end like this
way, but I always
hoped
it would.
So even though they lose, they win.
Yes.
That's true.
So I think
it's an honor just to be nominated.
I think Jeffster is the winner here, but the Misfits will be moving forward.
Yeah, Jeffster has the better story out of that encounter. They get the better story.
Oh, and point out that Madison brings up another point. The Misfits had guitar-shaped motorcycles.
Nice.
Come on.
Yeah.
Jeffster would have had those if they could have afforded.
Misfits are just that cool. Come on.
Okay, final four time. Now, all of these, one of these final four will be taking on the Soggy Bottom Boys, the Buckaroo Banzai, and the third one.
DethKlok.
The third one. Damn it, Joe. Don't you go the third one. After the shit that we got for DethKlok taking 3 weeks to get into this. They will come after you with rusty spoons, sir.
Yes. All right. So, over at the finals of the hot dog round, Bill and Ted against the Riverbottom Nightmare Band.
Ow.
Oh, man.
These are all going to be like this.
Joe.
Who's punker?
Sir, this is not. This is not.
Exactly. I mean, Riverbottom Nightmare Band, pretty punk. I know the whole everyone in history thing, but
St. Demas High School.
It's my trump card,
rules.
man.
Howard Snake.
It's
like
the audience.
It's
Chill your darling.
Stanley Weasel, Fred Blizzard, Howard Snake, and just Catfish.
Those are lame names, man.
Let's make tough choices here. Let's really shake things up.
This is tough.
If I'm
This
like,
is hard.
Who would I rather
look,
see
look.
live? Every greatest musician who ever lived, or a puppet fish spitting water on the audience? I'm going puppet fish.
Yes. Yes.
I'm voting.
100%.
I'm voting
You
Riverbottom.
asked me the same question. I go with Wyld Stallyns.
Yeah, I'm
I
with
want
Keith on this
Dr.
one.
Teeth versus Riverbottom.
No.
I mean, Dr. Teeth's
I don't know
gonna
why
kick
you
the
want to
shit
do
out
that
of
to me,
Riverbottom.
Gary, but I understand it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright, so-
Curtis points out that Bill and Ted traveled through literal hell.
twice.
They died
Twice.
to save the world.
They also stopped the Terminator from
And the
being a
Nightmare
Terminator.
just
They taught a
traveled to the
Terminator.
Riverbottom. I understand.
They taught a
I understand
Terminator
what
to
you're
love. They conquered death on multiple occasions. They survived hell twice. They went to heaven once. They made best friends with aliens who were technically animatronic puppets. They're not Muppets though. I think Stan
And they
Winston made them.
raised very bodacious daughters.
Yes, they did.
Very true.
That is true.
And they not only beat death like at various games and stuff, they also like beat death in a lawsuit.
Right? Yes, they
True.
won the lawsuit too. They did. They
Yeah.
actually did win the lawsuit
Well,
they kept
because
the name.
Death can't beat Bill and Ted. He
Yes.
just
Right.
can't.
You know,
So
and I look. I love Howard
I
Stern.
mean,
I'm with Chris
how
on
much
Howard
more
Stern.
metal can you get than that?
That's pretty freaking metal, guys.
Yeah.
All right. So,
So I guess we got to vote.
Yeah.
Riverbottom Nightmare Band.
Oh, that's five.
That's 5.
5.
No, that's five. That's five.
Ren!
Wow. I was hoping
Yes.
to throw it to Joe.
Put your damn hand down, woman.
So,
No-
Bill and Ted.
No more rice ball
record.
casserole for you, Ren.
All right, Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted for the record.
Bill and Ted for the record.
Cannolis.
Riverbottom Nightmare Band defeats
Yes.
Bill
Damn it.
and
I
Ted.
wanted to throw it to Joe.
It's our first stunning
Justice
upset.
for
That
Cold
was a-
Slither.
We have to
Justice for
vote.
Cold Slither.
Or whatever
Gary,
we're voting
Gary,
on.
I'm coming for you.
Yeah. Also, by the way, Gary. By the way, time out, Gary. What kind of tenuous bullshit thread did you tie from that damn snake to Cold Slither? No. All right.
No, that wasn't tenuous
That
at all.
snake is
That was
made out of-
genius.
That
was
snake is made
genius.
out of felt. It's not even like made out of any kind
But
of
it's a
leather.
puppet band, of course, is made of felt.
Clearly,
It's a
Cobra
puppet.
Commander and Serpentor had something to do with.
Absolutely.
my
It's
God.
the secret. It's the secret.
Look,
spot.
the Dreadnoks probably came from the same swamp.
Probably. That's
Come
why
on,
he's
people.
not spitting water. It's grape soda.
Wyld Stallyns
Wake-
went down.
wake
the
up,
river.
sheeple.
Howard
Dreadnought
Snake
and the
was in
Riverbottom
Raiders of the
Nightmare
I
Lost
would
Band.
not
Ark
have believed it
with
if I
Albert
hadn't seen it with my
Molina,
own eyes.
who was
we
in.
we
Yes,
broke the
I did.
panel. We broke the panel with that one.
Okay,
I
now
did
Not
not think.
okay.
I did not
Get a-
think that would go that way.
to get a
Okay.
final.
No, time out. I like that Red's like, I didn't think that would go that way. You voted for them!
Yes, exactly, Sean. Exactly.
You could have put your hand down and said, I changed my
Yes!
vote, and this could have been a tie going to Joe. But Wrenn, would you like to make a last minute change to your vote?
Oh, it's too late.
No, shut up, Gary.
We already done it.
Damn it. All right.
Okay,
The
now,
damage has been done.
It's just been
the
done.
Electric Mayhem against the Misfits.
Oh, Lord.
Oh.
I gotta go Electric Mayhem. I gotta do it. It's Electric Mayhem all the way. It's just
I love the
golden
Misfits with
teeth
Electric
and golden
Mayhem.
tones. Welcome to my
Yes.
presence.
Yes.
You know, the Misfits think they're punk, and then someone's going to sick animal on them.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes,
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
absolutely.
Yep.
Gary, I'm gonna like high five you through the screen there.
Nice. Nice.
But also, like, I mean, you've got the Misfits, but then you've got Janice.
Oh,
Who's-
God.
Yeah.
Who's cooler than
Awesome.
all of them?
She's so much cooler.
Yes.
Janice
It's
is
so much higher.
You were so right.
Janice is so
And she
high.
can match Brian May's
Oh,
guitar
she
solo.
is high all the damn time.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like she was
Also-
even. She
Justice
doesn't
for the
even need
puppetry
mind-altering
track.
drugs. She's
Janice
just totally
also
in that
pulled
state
like
now.
triple duty on the show. She would be in the ballroom scenes. She
Yeah.
was in
Right.
Veterinarian's Hospital.
Yep.
Yeah.
She was
Um,
in the band. She sometimes did
She was a
the
missionary's assistant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was a nurse. Yeah.
She was a nurse.
Workhorse.
right.
Yeah.
Workhorse.
Yeah.
She had
Yeah.
the work ethic.
Yeah.
She was
All
so
while
humble
on
until
goofball.
Bill came
And
to
all
work.
while high.
Like
Oh,
a lead
high.
guitar.
Yes,
Oh,
totally high.
Oh, well,
Super
totally
high.
high.
Yes.
Also,
Hey,
she
it
had
was-
to help
it was
like, keep
medicinal.
Animal under control.
It was
Well,
medicinal.
she worked for a vet. She worked for a vet, so we know where his supplier was.
Yeah.
She had a
Well,
script.
like,
Rebo
Bush
Band.
tranquilizer.
So I think it's funny that Sherman said that Janice only has bangs and no eyes. I always imagined as a kid that her eye line is right at the bottom of the bangs, and her eyes are
She
always
actually
closed.
does. They are. She does
Yeah,
have
yeah.
eyes. You can
Her
see
eyes
the
are always
eyelashes.
closed.
Yeah,
on
and they're
the puppet.
closed. Yeah.
Yeah.
She does
I-
everything with her eyes closed.
She had that like Jughead thing happening.
Yeah.
I
Uh-huh.
like Becky's comment there about nobody worked that hard high since Liza.
Justice for Dr. T.
Oh, Liza.
All right. So, Electric Mayhem versus Misfits. Let's do Electric Mayhem. Electric Mayhem.
Totally. Yeah, it's a sweet.
Okay,
It's sweet.
I think we've managed to make peace with the puppetry track.
It's coming after us now. Yes.
Quite frankly, Electric Mayhem.
The anime track, on the other hand,
Dr. Mayhem and the Electric Teeth. Yes.
Yeah.
The anime track, on the other hand,
I like Dr. Mayhem and Electric Teeth. I think they're a much better band, actually. But no, I think Electric Mayhem definitely had a much more favorable just ranking this time around. They really didn't have anybody swinging at them. I mean,
Yeah.
Because
And
they
they
were in
all-
a rough round. I mean, they went up against DethKlok last time.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
might
Yeah.
again.
They might again.
Yeah.
Yes,
they're
they might.
objectively awesome. Like they're so effing cool.
Yeah.
There's some of the best sequences. I mean, I've been rewatching The Muppet Show, and if you're not, please check out A Feat of Lunatic Daring podcast by our good friend Chad.
I've been
They-
listening to that.
Yeah,
It's so
they're doing.
good.
Yeah, they're doing the rewatch, and I've been doing the rewatch with them, and I have to agree with Chad 100%. The Electric Mayhem segments are some of the best bits of the Muppet Show.
Yes. And they're very versatile. They're part of the pit orchestra also.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know. And
look, I'm not. Okay, first off, you misspelled my name. It's literally spelled right there.
It's right there, Deanna.
No,
So
she spelled
two-
it in Canadian.
Yeah, well, I'm pissed off at Canadian. All right, so, and two, I'm being legit serious. The last time they were in the cup, they went up against like the meat grinder. I mean, like this round, this is a baby fight by comparison. This is nothing. The Electric Mayhem is steamrolling people, justly so. The winner of round 3 crushed them during the last one. So I mean, they actually the people who,
that's like going to the U.S. Open and going up against Andre Agassi. You know.
yeah,
Right.
I know. Yeah.
In the first round.
Versus Steve.
Yeah. Right.
Didn't
Like,
they do
who's Steve? I'm Steve. Oh shit!
Didn't
like
they
going
do
to
a sports night
chess
episode
tournament.
about that? Some
Yes.
Yes.
random guy who.
Yes. Alberto Fedrigati. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so Riverbottom Nightmare Band against Electric Mayhem.
Oh God.
It's the mayhem.
Mayhem.
It's the mayhem.
The
All of a
animal,
sudden, we're abandoning the goddamn snake. You sons of
We are abandoning the snake.
Animal.
We are abandoning the snake
They
for
would never go
animal.
up against each other. They would join.
They would.
Animal
they
would
would.
eat that snake.
Yeah, the animal would
Electric-
eat snake. He
Electric-
totally would.
Animal would eat
And the
Howard.
fish.
Yes.
Animal would
fish.
totally eat the fish. No, wait.
Yeah.
No,
He would eat all of them.
And
They
they
would
eat the snake
Kermit
and they
would
talk
join up
back.
together to the Electric Nightmare, and it would be perfect.
And
But
Janice would ride
Floyd and Janice are going to
the guy
smoke
who
the fish.
the guy who throws fish. He swoops in,
New
yanks
Zealand.
the fish out of the aquarium, tosses him. Now Riverbottom Nightmare Band's got no fish guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But I also would imagine that Janice would probably ride the bear like Freddie Mercury rode Darth Vader in on stage. If you remember that photo, right? You can
Yeah.
imagine Janice like just yes. So
Yeah.
For sure, Rolly.
And as
Mayhem.
Kyle says, objectively, Mayhem is a much better band.
Yeah.
it's true.
All
It's
right.
true.
So Electric Mayhem. We have a winner
And a clean sweep.
Woof.
coming in hot into the final 4. The Electric Mayhem Band, who in their first attempt got shut out in the first round.
Yes.
Now-
Bye.
So Keith,
DethKlok.
what
Yeah,
did we get? What did we achieve?
Justice.
For Dr. T.
Well, not necessarily yet.
Easier
because-
done than
Hey,
said.
he is now a finalist. Now we've hit the meat. It's the
Yes.
contest of the champions.
Contest.
All
Indeed.
four bands
Guys,
going to the cup.
It has taken us a very long time to get here. I could not think of a more fun time than I am so glad that all of you guys, not just on our StreamYard thing, but all of you joining us have been with us for this ride. Hopefully, we took many hours of time away from the doldrums of the slap-ass real world to
You
allow
about to make
you.
Chris spit take there.
Slap-ass real world, and so
That's the
now.
name of my next band, the Slap Ass Real World.
All right, so I'm gonna put those four names.
So the
in-
Facebook captions are hysterical because they keep saying Dr. Keith instead of Dr. Teeth.
Oh, no.
And then every time Joe says slap ass, it asterisks the bad word. It's quite
Nice. Okay, final four. Here we go. First up in the final four is Soggy Bottom Boys.
The gorillas.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, that's Godzilla. I mean,
And they are taking on Buckaroo Banzai.
And the Hong
well, I know
Kong
how that's working
Cavaliers.
Oh, that's gonna be easy for me.
yeah, that's an easy one. So
Soggy Bottom Boys.
Okay. Yeah, not to forecast my vote too early, but Buckaroo did kind of luck into his victory.
But here's the thing that we're not looking at right now, and Joe's about to tell us. We're about to have an instant replay of third week, round one, DethKlok
versus the Electric Mayhem.
Yeah,
I'm
Electric
sad.
We have a different voting panel this time.
Yeah,
Slightly,
we have
too.
more
Yes.
voters.
I don't know.
So that is the other round, huh, Joe?
Yep,
And we're doing this now.
we're doing it.
No, we're waiting
Okay.
till next week.
Yeah, come back in 7 days.
It's like an episode of Dragon Ball.
Wait, I thought we were doing the finale at DragonCon.
Come
in
to
August.
Dragon.
Yeah, I thought we were too.
I think
That'd be a
people
very
will
short-
riot if we do that.
We have to do
no.
this.
People, if we don't decide this now, people will come after us.
Look, guys, we
Well, like they weren't going to already.
we
no.
could wait.
Yeah, I'm going to be minding my
months.
own business, getting something at Starbucks at DragonCon Sunday morning and hungover, and someone's going to go, Dr. Teeth!
When is the panel?
I would
And it's
get
taking
Yeah,
that
I'll
long.
apologize afterward.
Has the app updated yet?
Right.
What we're going to do is, I think, at DragonCon, and again, fingers crossed, all that stuff, at DragonCon, we're going to have to do a live version of
Oh,
this.
yes.
Oh, absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
But in the meantime, there has to be a winner between Soggy Bottom Boys and Buckaroo Banzai. Soggy Bottom Boys.
There's a clear
Dragon
one.
Bottom.
I mean, it's no contest for me. I mean, I've got to let me go back to my sepia tones.
That would absolutely be the CNN headline, right? Like that would.
Yeah.
Yep.
And of course it was the Sheridan, because why wouldn't it be?
Exactly.
We need that on a button or a shirt.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll have official T-shirts and then we'll have official buttons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
For the survivors of this thing. So, Soggy Bottom
There
Boys.
be no survivors.
I mean, look.
So,
I think
Soggy Bottom
Joe's
Boys.
trying to get us to vote.
Oh, you want to just go straight to the vote?
Bottom
Or-
Boys.
Soggy Bottom Boys.
Soggy Bottom.
Talking about him.
Okay.
And for Buckaroo, anybody? We got
Wrenn.
one Buckaroo.
Red's like, she's like, I don't want to hold my hand. Like,
Now,
Hey,
DethKlok. DethKlok.
oh, Fuck you.
Electric
Joe,
Mayhem.
Sir.
It's the second fight.
I have a
Okay, you all did this
Sir,
to
I would like
yourself
to speak
because
to
you
the
dropped
manager,
the Wyld
sir.
Stallyns from competition. That's all I'm saying.
It's true. We could have had DethKlok versus Wyld Stallyns, which would have been an amazing argument. We've had this argument. We know who's going to win, unless somebody has a really good argument as to why we should give it to Electric.
Yeah, everybody was
I
like,
made that argument 2 weeks ago, and you didn't listen to me.
Muppets are cool. We have to appease the puppetry track gods. Yeah, no,
I
we could have had Wyld Stallyns in this.
Bear with me here. I think I
Justice
have
for
a
Dr.
possible,
T. Okay.
possible way. Just hear me out here, okay?
Okay.
DethKlok is animated.
Uh-huh.
Animal could eat the animation cells. Or if it's created on a computer, Animal could eat the computers.
Animal eats everything. Absolutely
Yes,
everything.
therefore,
I buy
winner-
this 1,000%.
So
Electric Mayhem.
I have
Boom.
to admit,
Mike
But, like-
down.
I'm high-fiving you, Chris. I'm high-fiving you.
Me too.
Thank you,
I
Tori.
have to
Thank you.
admit that I have been rewatching more of the Muppet Show and listening to the podcast that Gary mentioned. And like nostalgia is making me feel like I should change my vote from the last time we did this. Because I have such a soft place in my heart.
Okay.
Silly killed more fans is rad.
Yeah, I mean, look, we can't use the. Okay, we're talking about two different mediums. We've never used the medium as an. I mean, for the love of God, Larry Underwood, it was a goddamn book, and he won a musical round. I mean, come on.
I mean,
there are no rules here. We can do
No,
it.
I mean, there's not. There's not.
We've been making this shit up as we go the whole time.
The points don't matter.
The points don't matter.
It's too late for logic. Okay.
It's too late for logic, guys. We are.
but if we're using
has
that,
been thrown out the window.
This is the classic strike. Logic has no place here.
And if
No,
we're
it's
using
nice.
that as a litmus, though, I think you could make an argument that DethKlok, knowing that their doom was nigh inside of Animal's mouth, would summon an elder god, and it would spring forth from the cell, exploding not only the animal puppet, but the hand inside of it, so nobody else could ever do the
Can
animal puppet.
No. Animal is Mr. Krakish.
Oh. Which means that he's then beholden to them, and then Animal kills the rest of Electric Mayhem.
Yep. I like
God,
it.
this got so dark so fast. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was not prepared for that.
I was not ready.
I'm playing the ball where it landed on the field, folks, okay?
I like
DethKlok
that.
starts playing, Animal starts growing like at the end of the Muppet movie.
Yeah.
There's precedent. See, there is precedence at the end of the Muppet movie.
The winner is Animal.
Yes, Animal under the control of DethKlok.
There's a place in my heart for DethKlok. There's a place in my heart for the Electric Mayhem. I adore Animal, and I'm sitting here going, oh
Yep.
no. Voting for DethKlok last time.
I think we got to vote.
All right, we got to
Okay,
vote.
so what we'll have to do is the tour t-shirt will have to have the names of all the bands on the back, and then DethKlok summoning an animal on the front.
Records
Yeah.
and speech
Yeah.
wins over DethKlok.
Yeah.
We need someone to draw a DethKlok summoning Animal for the front.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
All right. So, DethKlok.
Denise, if you're watching, you're up.
DethKlok. Electric Mayhem.
Oh, wow!
Oh, Shaun, you're my brother.
Right?
I
Oh.
had to change my vote. I'm sorry.
His heart grew 3 sizes. Lee.
So Electric Mayhem has come out of losing in round 1.
They
Back on
defeated
the
the
Player
person.
of the year.
Well,
Yeah, they're now about to lose. They're now about to lose to the band that I said would win in the very first episode.
Yep.
But Electric Mayhem
Soggy
did
Bottom
their,
Boys.
Oh, I'll give it to
Electric
Soggy Bottom
Mayhem
Boys.
did their cocaine much more covertly.
They did.
And that's all I'm saying.
Matchup between DethKlok and Electric Mayhem. Keith and I rock, paper, scissors to a tie 3 times.
Yep.
Before it went to DethKlok.
That's
This
true.
time we both went Electric Mayhem.
Yes. So
I mean,
win.
it's the comebacks. It's a Cinderella story.
It is.
And Cinderella is played by Miss Piggy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course.
Actually,
And
interestingly
Gonzo
enough,
is the fairy godmother.
Yes,
It's
pretty much.
amazing.
Keith pitched a Muppet Muppet comic book once.
A couple. One was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, where it wasn't Miss Piggy as Snow White.
It was the chicken, Camilla.
Oh, of course.
I'd buy that.
They wouldn't go for it though.
They didn't go for it. No.
Aw,
Bastages.
I know.
that's such a bummer.
Fargan ice
Piggy-
holes.
I also pitched
The stepmother.
a Muppet Odyssey.
Ooh.
Oh my god, that would have been so
with
fun.
Kermit as Odysseus.
Wow.
And at one point, that when they're trapped, they go to the scientist Aeolus, who is played by Bunsen Honeydew, of course. And in the Odyssey, he gives Odysseus a bag of wind to get his boat moving again. So Bunsen Honeydew says, "Beaker, fetch the bag of wind," and Beaker goes off and comes back with Sam the Eagle.
Yes.
No, the other bag of wind.
That's amazing.
I've never been so insulted in my life.
They wouldn't go for the
Nice.
pitch.
Good.
Keith, Keith, I love you forever.
That's amazing.
Soggy Bottom Boys.
Versus.
Oh, wait, right. I'm sorry.
Are we voting?
Yeah, we
We're just talking.
No, I think it's
I forgot who they're up against.
Right, Soggy Bottom Boys versus Electric Mayhem.
Oh, right. That's what we're doing.
yeah.
No, this is not fair. I'm not ready.
So-
I'm not
so
ready.
I think
Come
the
back
one
to Dragon
thing.
Con when
I
we
have
will...
to stall more.
So I think the one thing that's working against Soggy Bottom Boys this round is that they were not in competition. They had already been given their grandfather to slot in, so we haven't been talking about them. When they were in contention, we could not shut up about them. Same thing with Electric
True.
Mayhem tonight. Since
Yes.
they've been fighting every single round, we've just been, having, just a goose of a time with it, right? So I feel like right now Electric Mayhem has the energy behind them because of that. But
Yeah.
I still feel like if we really get down to it, we've been quoting Soggy Bottom Boys, this episode notwithstanding, every single week. Electric Mayhem's gotten one really strong week out of us. Soggy Bottom has literally been on our mind since week 1.
Sean, you need to factor
you guys
in.
keep bitching at me.
You need to factor in that Keith has a very convincing sign.
Well, so
I think
All I know is
at this point, I think we can give the side of rest. So they got to the finals. They've been redeemed.
So Keith has recently watched Oh Brother Where Art Thou for the first time and has been rewatching The Muppet Show.
Yes. And I'm still going for Dr. Teeth. If for no other reason, George Clooney was totally lip syncing. That was somebody else singing.
Oh man, I got a horrible secret to tell you about that band with the Muppets.
every single one of them is lip sync.
Every single. Did you know the animal actually didn't play the drums?
What?
Animals
That's
not
really
top.
Dr. Teeth.
I gotta agree with Kyle there. The Soggy Bottom Boys are bona fide.
They are
Yeah.
bona fide.
With their Dapper Dan, surviving a flood, and John Goodman trying to just strangle the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Are you
They
insinuating
are
that
gonna-
the Electric Mayhem are somehow not bona fide?
Yeah,
this is-
that is an excellent point.
Nobody ever actually called them bona fide. So yes, I
No,
think
yeah.
saying that.
They're definitely not bona fide.
They're high as
Soggy
F,
Bot-
but
The Soggy
Yeah.
Bottom Boys are going to RUNNOFT with this. I'm sorry.
yes.
Nope.
No.
Man of Constant Sorrow. As much as I love Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem, and I can practically hear my husband getting up from the couch now about to throw things at me. But Soggy Bottom Boys, as much as I didn't I was screaming at you all week 1, which is why Joe invited me to, because I was calling cats in the chat. What is wrong with you people? But where we are, where we're at, I'm going Soggy Bottom Boys.
By the way, I like the comment of whose CD do you own? I actually do own Oh Brother Arthur. I don't own any Electric Mayhem. So
Same.
I'll
Same.
just
I
say
have Oh Brother Where Art Thou on vinyl. And,
Oh, wow.
yeah, I'm that nerd.
that's dope. Yeah,
And
that's dope.
It's a great sound. The movie has
it's so good. It's so
Absolutely.
good.
It is
I mean,
amazing.
just all the music, and it's just so good.
Movie
Plus,
is musical.
their guitar
Like-
player literally sold his soul to the devil to be the best guitar player on the world.
Oh no,
Matt-
he's white as you fellas.
Yeah.
Like,
So I
and
mean,
then
Madison and I literally have at least one cover coming up from that soundtrack. So
sweet.
yeah, kind of
All
have
right.
to go with it.
But to throw a wrench in, and I know I'm going to do it. if I was invited to a Soggy Bottom Boys concert or a concert by Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem, I'm going to the Electric Mayhem concert. But if I'm jamming out, like I'm cleaning the house, I'm working out, I'm doing whatever, I'm listening to the Oh Brother Where Art Thou soundtrack, and I'm listening to the Soggy Bottom Boys.
Yeah, but you know what? That's also like arguing like the artistic. I mean, seriously, this is the same argument, and this is not to besmirch anything that Toni Ann just said, but that the same people who say that Phish is a better band than say the Beatles because their concerts are really good. And I'm like,
it's not all about it's not all about the live show sometimes.
When you're on that much acid, everybody's good.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, the live show I don't think really matters to me as far as that goes. I mean, but that's just me.
Yeah. I'd also say with like Oh Brother Where Art Thou and the Muppet movie, I mean, both of those movies make me laugh, but only the Muppet movie makes me cry.
Yeah, but the Electric Mayhem does not make you cry.
Right, yeah.
No.
I don't know about
that's not the part that makes you cry.
It's not.
But
if we're like tying up all of Oh Brother Where Art Thou with the Soggy Bottom Boys.
Sure, but
I don't know about the whole live concert thing, but I have some very, very fond memories of Cure concerts where the fog rolled over the audience.
But also, and one thing to keep in mind, Kevin, though, is that Electric Mayhem is always a supplementary material to the Muppets. Oh Brother Where Art Thou is the journey of the Soggy Bottom Boys. So you have to take that into consideration.
No. Wait a minute. It's the journey of three guys who accidentally stumbled into being the Soggy Bottom Boys for 5 minutes.
You don't think the Electric Mayhem just stumbled into it? Come on now.
Yeah, but you see, again, we're not following Dr. Teeth the entire way. We're following them interstitially. We're following the Soggy Bottom Boys from frame 1 to frame 0, or to 1 million, whatever. So, I mean, other than the cutaways.
They don't even know they're the Soggy Bottom Boys for most of the freaking movie.
I'm also
but that's like arguing Superman isn't a Superman movie because Superman didn't know he was Superman until the third act. All right,
I'm just saying, and you think Floyd knew where he was the whole time?
Anyway, he did not. Like that there is more actual screen time for the Electric Mayhem than there is for the Soggy Bottom.
Right. As the Soggy Bottom versus
but not that much. But not that much. When you break it down completely to like the minutes of like a song versus. I don't think it's actually.
And this is how tough this is. We're nitpicking the fuck out of this.
Well, and also, but since we're doing this, I need to also throw this in there too. And I mean this sincerely, okay? Animal notwithstanding, I could leave Electric Mayhem. Animal is what makes Electric Mayhem for me. The rest of that band can go suck. Every part of Soggy Bottom Boys.
I will have to
No.
Keith is one hell of a pianist, sir.
Yeah.
Don't.
Janice is pretty badass.
And Janice did Brian May's guitar solo in Bohemian Rhapsody.
Janice didn't do that. A recording did that.
I also have to think.
Oh my god!
It was there on the screen. It was Janice.
Crying out loud! It's right there in the title of the panel.
This is Joe's fault.
But that's it. But seriously, though, I mean, but when it comes down to it, though, I mean, I feel like the Soggy Bottom Boys, with the packaging of Oh Brother Where Art Thou, just presents a more cohesive win. When I look at the Electric Mayhem, they're fun and enjoyable, but musically they're not there for me. They're just not there. Musically, I just can't back them up. I back up every single.
We're back to feels again.
Well, I'm saying.
Hey, let Leigh talk. Let Leigh talk.
Like everything else in the Muppets, the Electric Mayhem is supposed to be kind of mediocre for the joke.
Right.
So if we're talking about quality, they're not supposed to be that good.
Well, that's how Bill and Ted lost in the round one. So I'm applying that same Lee logic to this argument.
Okay, no, get that's.
Yes, I agree with Other Gary.
Yes, no, Other Gary, I think this is exactly what Joe wanted. And look at him, he's just sitting over in the corner like, excellent.
He's just letting us go, too. He's not even putting a stop to this. This is all Joe's
fault. This is the final fight. I mean, this is what we're all here for.
And honestly, I guess what it comes down to for me too is what is the platonic ideal of a fake band? And to me, it's Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem more so than the Soggy Bottom Boys. Like they're a really great.
You're going to bring
fake
semantics
band.
into this?
Yes, they're a really great fake band. Now that we're in the final round.
I mean, if we're going with that one, I'm going with
Kevin. Why do you have to make so much sense right
of
now?
Fakies?
Like, I mean, but like if we're using that logic of who's like the fakiest, I'm going back to Cold Slither way back in round 1, week 1. I mean, so I'm. Oh, can we get back to Ninja Turtles then? Because I think the Ninja
For
Turtles.
real! Like, what happened to the Ninja Turtles?
Right?
We're coming out of ourselves.
I don't even think they made it out of the cup. Did they? Make
Honestly,
it out
I
of the
still
cup?
think Vanilla Ice. I still think Vanilla Ice should have been in this, but you know.
Yeah, they're
Ooh.
both
You know what?
still
At
in
this
the cup.
point, I'm just voting for Mr. Freeze. And
Oh my God! Have you seen Batman and Robin the musical? You want to talk about a fake music?
my
like,
God.
have you ever
I'm
seen?
sorry,
Okay.
that's a thing.
Okay, guys, I swear to God. Okay, it's about 4 minutes long. It's on YouTube. I would almost say, like, everybody just stop and go watch it now, but we need to finish this. When you're done, go find it. It's called Batman and Robin the Musical. Somebody basically did
Joe, put that in the YouTube playlist.
It's a Mr. Freeze driven narrative. So this guy does this horrible Arnold Schwarzenegger accent, and he sings an entire musical number, and it's called Batman, You Son of a Bitch.
Nice.
It is amazing. It gives you the entire plot of the story, and I guarantee you, if Warner Brothers would legitimately give this a shot, they could make this into a Broadway thing, and I would absolutely go watch it because it makes Batman and Robin all of a sudden good. I'm not even kidding. Go watch it. It's amazing.
Okay, you and I are going to have a
skeptical, but
fight.
whatever.
As a Robin fan, you and I are going to have a fight now because
Okay.
Batman
You
and
want to
Robin is
stand up for
already...
Batman and Robin?
What?
Guys,
You want to stand up for
guys,
Batman and Robin the
we-
movie? Ooh.
We have
Okay.
whole other panels for Batman and Robin competitions.
Oh, no, I was talking about the comic book. Sorry.
I'm
We'll
already
take that
voting
to-
for
No,
this.
just that. No,
I'm
that
already
horrible
voting
George
for
Clooney.
Jackson,
Okay.
So,
Cheap
you know,
plug.
Wait. So I actually have a legitimate question. So I just talked about Batman and Robin the musical. George Clooney was that Batman. That was really bad. Should we knock off a point on Broadway art though, because he was the bad Batman?
No,
I would love to,
No.
but for all that George Clooney says, takes responsibility. What was wrong with Batman and Robin was not George Clooney's fault.
That's true, and he's owned up to it too. He really has. He's never shied
He
away
doesn't
from the
deserve
act, you know?
to. He was fine.
Yeah,
He was not the problem with that movie. The problem with that movie was that it had absolutely no resemblance to the human
and you can find out more if you go to tour.com and read Keith R.A.'s 35 millimeter.
Yes. Anyway, we should vote already.
Should we vote?
Yes.
All
Lee,
right.
do you have a final word? Because you were the final word last time, Lee. I think it's only fitting that you give us the marching orders.
I am hoping we tie on this, guys.
All right.
Okay.
I don't
While we're
got
voting.
nothing.
We are voting. Chris.
I'm going with Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem.
And Shaun.
Soggy Bottom Boys.
Well, let's just do it the way we've been doing it the whole time.
Oh no! I like the drama here. Let's keep it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like the drama. The drama's good.
Drama's good. All right. So
Not
that's
everybody
one
else
to-
with Dr. Teeth. though.
Devin.
Electric Mayhem.
Mhm.
I'm almost tempted to say we do this as a private vote in the private chat, and then Joe just says,
No.
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 then people have plausible deniability. It
started.
wasn't me.
Gary.
Soggy Bottom Boys in my sepia tones.
Toni Ann.
Okay, no matter what, tie this. Send it to Joe. Just fuck everything else that we've done. Like, forget the last 7.5 hours. This goes to Joe. Okay, just do it. We're 2-2. Keep it tied.
I'm absolutely torn, but I gotta give it to the Soggy Bottom Boys.
Okie dokie. Lee.
I gotta go with Joe, I hate you. This is your fault,
That's the
Sorry.
vote.
We're all
I hate
voting
you.
for that.
sir. But I gotta give it to the Soggy Bottom Boys, honestly. Like, just on quality and the amount that I listen to them more.
Oh, shit.
Keith and Lynn.
It's gonna be Teeth.
Yep.
2 teeth.
Okay, so
Pretty
it's
sure
4-4.
that's a tie.
Joe.
Is
That
that
is
a
a tie.
tie?
Yes.
Tie! You bastards are beautiful.
We did it, guys.
We did it.
Oh my god.
We did it,
Anyway,
everybody.
this was not on purpose. It was gonna be Teeth. This was a legitimate tie, okay?
This is a legitimate
I'm just
tie,
happy
totally.
that we did it.
Yes.
All this time, look, we went back into the archives to get
This way the puppet track won't get upset with us.
Right.
now.
Oh,
I
Shaun,
should
your
wear
own wife just said that.
Oh, was that my wife, Laura?
Yes.
Get up here, woman! Come account for yourself.
Them's fighting words.
Oh no!
Next
All right,
week on
now.
Classics Track Couples Therapy.
Last week when this ended in a tie,
Oh, wait, hold on.
when this ended in a tie, I sent it to the chat room, whereas to pass the buck
Yes.
and to not take responsibility for what I have wrought. So I'm going to do that again.
Oh, Joe, you're going to do it again.
You cheater!
Okay, hold on. So what are we doing? Wait, I missed
is-
that. Laura was talking to me. What?
Joe is copping out and throwing it to the audience.
Throwing
To
it
the
in
audience?
chat room. So right
Well, I know
now,
who Kyle's voting for.
0-0. Going to the okay, Madison said that's one. I am
Coward.
yes, Deanna.
Coward.
Okay, 1-1.
Deanna,
Okay, so
you did not
Deanna's
get
trying
the
to
vote
multi-vote.
multiple times.
Now if there's another
Deanna's-
tie.
Nobody else vote. Audience, nobody else vote. Leave it tied 1-1, and then Joe has to have it again.
Yeah.
Oh,
God
there we
damn.
go. There's a Soggy
2-1. So the Soggy
from James.
Two.
Oh, okay, so there we go. We've evened out.
No, Keith, you already voted.
You weren't supposed to notice that.
You have
Sherman
too many
votes
capital
for
letters in your
Mr.
last name.
Who is animal? Remember, Mr. Crackish is animal, so
Yeah.
that counts as a vote for
That doesn't count for a vote for Electric Man.
I mean, whoever wins, we all
Sherman's
try to
wanted
win.
DethKlok
I
to
mean, they're
win
both
because he
great.
wants the end of the world. You can't get.
That's what it works.
All right.
I like that your comment's staying up. By the way, see, your comment's the one that's staying.
Well, you should.
Yep.
You won't shut up about them.
Mr. Freeze.
Well, who does she vote for, Sean?
Who do you vote for?
Obviously, I need to vote for the Soggy Bottom Boys.
No, you
Because-
don't.
You don't. You
No,
absolutely don't. You
you
can
don't
totally
have
vote
to.
for Dr. Teeth.
Sean
Your marriage
loves
will
them more
probably
than me.
survive.
Up. We got two late
You can vote who
comers.
you want for. If you really like Mr. Teeth and the
It's
Electric
the
Mayhem,
pomade. I think that's why you like that movie so much.
probably.
It's the
The
pomade.
pomade.
Yeah.
It's the pomade.
Well,
It's the Dapper Dan.
Dapper Dan pomade.
Dapper
okay.
Dan.
All right. Well, we got two latecomers swooping in, and we have I'm calling it. We have a final vote, and that vote is 6-3. Electric Mayhem.
Yay! I mean, I'm still happy about
It
it.
was
Like,
rigged. It was rigged.
wait, why are
It
you
was-
mad about it? Like,
It's a
either
rigged
way,
election.
it's great.
Meet
I'm
me at
just happy now.
Dragon Con.
Honestly, any of the final four would have been fine.
Yeah, it would have been fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I'm just-
demand 17 recounts.
I'm just glad Bo Brown isn't going to come hunting for my head at con.
We did appease the puppetry track.
You guys, we did
We'll be
it.
happy. We'll not be
And by
unhappy with
we,
us.
I mean the chat room, who totally took the
And
heat
then-
off of me.
And in less time than The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings extended version with Watchmen.
Now,
That's right.
I'm
the
filing
question I have
lawsuits
is,
for
how
recount.
dangerous is the animated track? Is the animation track, if there is one? How dangerous are the animation people?
We can take them.
Pretty,
All right.
Yeah.
So
but-
now
and
we need
also
the-
Adult
the-
Swim is local.
They're not very
to
well
Atlanta,
drawn.
so we got to be careful about that. The DethKlok fans are going to be hunting for us because they're Atlanta natives. So
Ooh.
Guys, once
Yeah.
again,
We need that tour short with the
Yeah,
our final four on the back and then on the front.
oh no,
Animal.
we got to get all the we got to get like all the finalists on there.
Okay.
Like, we got to
Okay,
like
guys,
a big
guys,
like
guys,
a
Like the final
here's what's gonna
16?
happen. We thank you again. We are going to get out of here. We will carry this over to our Facebook group, facebook.com/group/American Sci-Fi Classics. Follow us there. Continue this conversation right there. Like it. Subscribe to us. We're going to do something fun like this next week. Hopefully,
Well,
with
hopefully not
more
exactly
Um,
like this.
If I'm not
And,
mistaken, next week is going to be best bunnies of.
Yes. Because of Easter, Best Bunnies is next week. best bunnies of sci-fi, fantasy, and horror.
Y'all gonna have John Crichton dressed as a bunny from Farscape?
We are now.
Look. We're 6 hours into this, Lee.
Night of the Lepus.
Dial it down.
Yeah, you have Night of the Lepus, right?
The size of your house.
Yep. Judy Hopps, by the way. I'm
Chris,
Judy Hopps for the sweet.
Where can people find you, should you want to be found?
You can find me on social media at Sci-Fi Explosion. Tomorrow night, tune into twitch.tv/Sci-Fi Explosion at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. I have Kevin John Davies, who is running the Kickstarter all about re-releasing the unpublished Douglas Adams works, and I'm doing a whole tribute to Douglas Adams. Saturday morning at 10 a.m., same place. I do a Saturday morning retro cartoon show. Thanks, everybody.
Sean and Mrs. Sean.
And
whose
Laura.
name is Laura.
Mrs. Sean, right? Who's being
Dr. and Mrs. The Awesome.
Oh,
Dr.
no.
Mrs.
I'm
The
shutting
Awesome.
this down.
Right. No, you can find us at twitch.tv /popcycle. There you go. No, it just popped up. And we're actually going to be doing random fandom once we just get off our tookushes.
One day when I feel like doing something.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a deep dive into just random fandoms that we love. And her first fandom is going to be the Friday the 13th series. And again, I'm telling you, when you find out which one is her favorite one, you're going to be, it's hilarious. So come and find us for that.
And Kevin.
Gleamingthetube.net is my dumb skateboard podcast where I talk about movies that involve skateboarding. New episode out today is all about Citizen Kane.
Yep. April 1st.
Oh, actually, that makes sense. Nice.
And Gary.
You can find me on the Twitter here at Gary_Mitchell, and you can find me here every Thursday with that guy up there in the corner. And
Joe Patine.
Yes. And Jessa and I have a new broadcast that is going to be coming soon.
Ooh.
Nice. Toni Ann.
I can be found on Twitter that way at Jersey_Devil86, or you could find me at thegeekydevil.com, where I am watching Star Trek for the first time ever in my life. I'm stuck on season 6 of Voyager because life has happened, but I am getting through it soon, and then I will move to Enterprise, and then all the new stuff. So
talk to that guy.
Yeah.
She does. Yeah.
Keith.
We talk a lot.
You can find me at DeCandido.net, which links to all my millions of different social media and stuff. And just find me there, or just find me on the classics track because they keep dragging me back here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I told.
I am also Wrenn S on Twitter.
Cool.
Wrenn with 2 N's S on Twitter.
Yeah. I told you when you signed, Keith, you were going to regret it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. 87 panels for Wrenn this year.
No.
Lee.
You can find me and Madison at the Salacious Crumbles on Bandcamp, and it is Bandcamp Friday tomorrow. So if you buy music on Bandcamp tomorrow, all funds go to the musician.
Cool.
And you can find me up in a corner doing this.
Taking your responsibility.
Sir.
Abdicating my responsibility and putting it on you people. Thank you all very much. Everybody who has watched, everybody who has participated. I'm so glad everybody got to be here tonight. We love doing these. Thank you again. We will see you next week. Like I said, join us on the Facebook. Like things, subscribe them, share with even people you hate. We don't care. Share it everywhere. And we will see you next week from the American Sci-Fi Classics track to all of you people out on the planet and elsewhere. Good night and thank you.
Bye.
Bye.